Let's go to chapter 1. Let's take a look at some of the questions that I have given you from chapter 1. I'm opening the questions. You do the same. Open the question list from chapter 1. We need to finish chapter 1 today really quickly, as much as we can. All right, look at question number 1. What are the benefits of cloud computing and mobile digital platform? The answer is on page 39. What is the first question? Can somebody read me the first question?
What are the benefits of cloud computing and mobile digital?
Right. What is cloud computing, by the way? When we say cloud, what do we mean? When you say cloud, what do we mean? What is your idea of cloud?
So internet-based.
The internet, thank you. It's not only storage. It's not about only storing data. There are a lot of things that you can do in the internet. So any kind of function that you do is basically computing that you're doing in the internet. We call it cloud computing. All right. What is the business impact because of the cloud? What do we have? We have a flexible collection of computers on the internet, which is basically the internet, begins to perform tasks traditionally performed on corporate computers. Major business applications are delivered online as internet service, software as service, SaaS. Later on, we'll talk more about SaaS, software as a service. Now, the question was, what are the challenge, or what are the benefits, or what are it's on page 39, right? What are the benefits or a strength? Look at over here. This is the answer to question number 1 in this paragraph. This is something that you have to memorize real quickly, seriously. The strength or the benefit, that's what it means, of cloud computing and growth of mobile digital platform allow organizations to rely more on telework, remote work, and distributed decision making. Do you know what this means? What is telework? The work that we are doing right now. With the help of telecommunication, we are doing the work. With the help of the internet, in other words, we are taking classes. That's telework. At the same time, we are working remotely. None of us are in campus, are we? We're not in campus. You are at your home, wherever you are. You know what I'm saying? I am in my home, right? Yeah. Sitting on my porch, looking at the sea, drinking my coffee. The first two are not true. The last one is. You know what I'm saying? But I could be easily, I could be easily sitting on my beach house, rolling my sleeves up, drinking my coffee, looking at the beach, having that south breeze, soothing me, and then taking the class at the same time. That's remote work. All right? Distributed decision making. What is distributed decision making? The decision making process in a business is being distributed. How do you explain this? Do you know what distribution means? It is being given to different parts of the company, different layers, different people. In other words, there are three management, three layers of management in an organization. What are they? You have the top management, we call them senior or executive management. You got the middle management, and then you have the operational management. Now, because of information technology, everybody has some sort of power to make decisions. It used to be only top management would make decisions for everybody else. But now, because of information technology, even the lower management, the operational management, has given the power to make decisions. This is called distributed. The decision-making process is distributed. All right. So those are the three things. What are the three things? Can someone tell me?
স্যার ডিস্ট্রিবিউটেড ডিসিশন মেকিংটা একটু বললে ভালো হতো।
কে বললেন এটা?
স্যার আমি আলতাফ।
আচ্ছা, আপনি ওই বাকি তিনটা বলেন তো, তিনটা আগে বলেন কি কি। হ্যালো হ্যালো। আচ্ছা, অন্য একজন কেউ বলেন, এই তিনটা পয়েন্ট বলেন। আমি চাই আপনারা এখানে 7টা পয়েন্ট আছে। There are 7 points in this answer. I want you to memorize it right now. The first 3 is what?
Telework, remote work, distributed decision making.
Rely more on telework. Rely more on telework. All right? Remote work. Second point. Third point is distributed decision making. Can I have one other person telling me those 3 points?
So telework, rely on telework, remote work, and distribution meetings.
Say, can I have another person telling me the same thing? I can see Arifin twice. That's fine. Yeah, thank you.
Sir.
Yeah. It's like Hindi movie or Hindi serial. What's happening? Whoa. All of a sudden things gonna go slow. In slow motion. So can I have one other person telling me those 3 points?
Rely more on telework, remote work, and distributed decision making.
Right. It's very simple. Relying more on telework, remote work, and distributed decision making. Can somebody explain? Who was the person asked about distributed decision making again?
আলতাফ। আমি আলতাফ।
Oh, okay. So can someone explain it to him? What is distributed decision making? Distributed শব্দটার মানে কি বলতে পারেন আলতাফ?
স্যার বন্টন করে দেও।
হ্যাঁ, ডিসিশন মেকিংটা যখন খুব সুন্দর বাংলা বলছেন। I was looking for that বাংলা। ডিসিশন মেকিং প্রসেসটা যখন বন্টন করে দেওয়া হয় সবার মাঝে। You know what I'm saying? সেটাকে বলে ডিস্ট্রিবিউটেড ডিসিশন মেকিং। সহজ, একদম সহজ। It's not that difficult. We're going to talk about this. Like I said, we're going to talk about all these points as we move forward. As we move forward, we're going to keep talking about it. এই কারণে এই পয়েন্টগুলা আমি চাই মুখস্থ করে রাখি, মুখস্থ করি। ঠিক আছে, এটা 3টা পয়েন্ট গেল। পরের পয়েন্টটা কি? The firms are able to outsource more work. This is point number 4. All right, outsource more work. Point number 5, firms rely on markets rather than employees to build value. All right, and the 6th point is firms collaborate with suppliers and customers to create new products. All right, this is the 6th point. So কেউ একজন বলতে পারবে 5th, 6th and 7th, 4th, 5th and 6th point?
So firms can outsource more work and rely on markets to build value, and firms can collaborate with suppliers and customers to create new products and making existing
Right,
new
make
more
existing
efficient.
products more efficiently. Well, yeah, let's include this in that point number 6. So there are 6 points altogether. All right, so the third, we went up to 1, 2, 3, and the 4th point is outsourcing. Just remember outsourcing. can outsource more. Fifth point is firms rely on markets more than their employees to build value.
বারবার জয়েন
All
করে
right.
সিলেক্ট করে
And the last point is collaboration with
Subject
suppliers and customers to make better products. Simple. To create new products and to make existing products more efficient. Can I have one other person telling me those last three? দেখে দেখেই বলেন, মুখস্থ হয়ে যাবে এত সহজে এটা আমি আশা করছি না। দেখে দেখে বললে অ্যাটলিস্ট বলাটা প্র্যাকটিস হবে।
Firms can outsource the work and rely on markets, collaborate with suppliers and customers to create a new product or make existing products more efficiently.
Okay. Can I have one last person telling me those 3 points? This is a question I'm going to ask you in the quiz as well as in your.
Can outsource more work, rely on marketing, collaborate with suppliers and customers.
Rely on markets, not marketing. Two different things. Rely on
market, collaborate with supplier and customer to create new products.
Right. Again, rely on markets to build value rather than employees.
রাখবো না কাট
Now, এই পয়েন্টগুলা সেন্স মেক করছে না নিশ্চয়ই, রাইট? আউটসোর্স মানে তো বুঝেন, আউটসোর্স মানে আপনি যখন আপনার কাজটাকে ওভারসিজ পাঠিয়ে দিবেন, ওভারসিজ আরেকটা কান্ট্রিতে পাঠিয়ে দিবেন, দ্যাটস আউটসোর্স। ইউরোপ আমেরিকা ডাজ ডু দিস অল দ্য টাইম। আউটসোর্স কি করে? You know what I'm saying? Whole thing is outsourced from the perspective of America or Europe. তারা আউটসোর্স করে কাজগুলো কাদের দেয়? আমাদেরকে দেয়। আজ আমরা গরিব তাই। Did I lose connection again? বুঝে গেছে? তারা আউটসোর্স করে, তারা আইটির কাজও আউটসোর্স করে অনেক। আউটসোর্স কেন করে বলেন তো মেইনলি? হ্যাঁ, কস্ট কম, অনেক কম। Especially in third world countries, labor cost is really cheap. Labor cost. This is why garment industry had done so well in Bangladesh, as well as in India, in Pakistan, in Vietnam, in those countries. You know what I'm saying? I have several friends who run like garments. I have several of them who work for different big garments industries in companies. They work really hard. You know what I'm saying? So that's outsourcing. Okay, the next point is a very important point, and this requires some understanding. Relying on markets rather than employees to build value. এর মানে কি? আচ্ছা, মুখস্থ করার 3টা স্টেপ বলছিলাম না আমি? 3টা স্টেপ, যে কোনো কিছু মাথায় রাখার 3টা স্টেপ বলেছিলাম। Did you talk about it? We did.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we did. We did. So what is the first step? Let's talk about it again. What is the first step?
Sir, read the question or answer.
Read
But
the
we have to
question.
understand what we are reading, what we are learning.
Learn the literal meaning of every word. Learn the literal meaning. শাব্দিক অর্থ। যেমন ধরুন এখানে বলছে ক্রিয়েট ভ্যালু or build value, এর মানে কি? লাস্টের অংশটা কি? টু বিল্ড ভ্যালু, এর মানে কি? ভ্যালু মানে মূল্য, বিল্ড মানে তৈরি করা, তাই না? ভ্যালু তৈরি করা। You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. তারপর এটা বলছে যে রিলাই অন মার্কেট, এর মানে কি?
মার্কেটের উপর ভরসা করা।
মার্কেটের উপর ডিপেন্ড করা, মার্কেটের উপর ডিপেন্ড করা রাদার দেন এমপ্লয়িজ, মানে এমপ্লয়ীদের উপর ডিপেন্ড না করে মার্কেটের উপর নির্ভর করা, রাইট? মার্কেটের উপর নির্ভর করা কেন? একটা প্রোডাক্ট ও সার্ভিসের ভ্যালুটাকে বাড়ানোর জন্য। এটা একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট কনসেপ্ট that you need to understand. ধরেন এটা একটা প্রোডাক্ট, এটা কি? এটা একটা থার্মাল মাস্ক, রাইট? থার্মাল flask, not mask, thermal flask. Alright? Suppose this is your product. You're selling this product. Right? And you want to build value. How would you build value to this? How would you make this product more valuable to your customer? We're going to talk about it. Hold on, don't answer this question now. But that's what it is. Now, because of information technology, we depend on market. What do you have in the market?
Products.
Huh? What do we have?
Customers.
We have customers. So we actually find out what our customers want first to build value. You see, we're relying on market to build value. How? We can actually dig. Remember big data from our RFU case? Information technology allows us to dig data, big data, and find out what our customers are talking about regarding our product. This is an example of how we rely on markets to build value. All right. And the next point, or the last point, is collaborate with suppliers and customers to create new products or make existing products more efficiently. We're going to talk about this in a Walmart example, so I'm going to just not talk about it now. So can I have somebody telling me those 6 points from memory?
Sir, we rely on network, tele-network, sir.
Your sound is very low. Speak up or get close to your microphone.
Sir, rely on tele-network.
Tele-network.
Oh, sir, telework, sir. Telework. Telework, remote work, decision making. and
Distributed decision making.
Oh, sir. Distributed decision making, outsource more work, rely on market rather than the employee to build value, collaborate with customers and suppliers for making new product or creating new product, and making existing product more efficient.
Wonderful. You see, it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. Now you go home, read this few more times. It should be in your head. But you know what's going to happen tomorrow? You're going to forget it. So you know what you have to do? You have to read it again tomorrow. This is how you keep things in your head. Day after tomorrow, you again read it once or twice. You do this for 7 days. This is how you should study, by the way. Before you start your new material for today, while you start your studies, before you start new material, go back and study the material that you studied yesterday. Revise it a couple of times. Do this every day. পড়তে বসার আগে ধরেন আপনি নতুন ম্যাটেরিয়াল পড়বেন, সেটা পড়ার আগে আগের দিনের যে ম্যাটেরিয়াল আছে ওইটা একবার দেখে নেন। প্রতিদিন এই কাজটা করতে হবে, আগের দিনের ম্যাটেরিয়াল গুলো একটু দেখতে হবে। বুঝে গেছে? এরকম করে যদি আপনি পড়ালেখা করেন তাহলে পড়ালেখাটা মাথার মধ্যে ঢুকবে, মাথার মধ্যে থাকবে। আর মাথার মধ্যে যদি না থাকে তাহলে কিন্তু পুরো পয়েন্টলেস। শুধুমাত্র বোঝার মাধ্যমে আপনি কিন্তু জ্ঞান অর্জন হবে না, শুধুমাত্র বুঝলে। কারণ বুঝলেই তো হচ্ছে না, বোঝার সাথে জিনিসটা মনে রাখতে হবে। আই থিংক এটা নিয়ে আমরা কথা বলছি না? হ্যাঁ। সুতরাং আপনারা পড়ালেখা করতেছেন, আপনারা স্টুডেন্ট, আপনাদের কাজ হচ্ছে জ্ঞান, knowledge. Acquiring knowledge is your primary objective of life. Therefore, the process of acquiring knowledge, the path of acquiring knowledge has to be correct, has to be optimum, has to be efficient. পড়ালেখা কিভাবে করতে হয় যদি আপনি সঠিক পদ্ধতিটা অবলম্বন না করেন, আপনার সময়, আপনার মানি, আপনার আদার রিসোর্সেস ওয়েস্ট হবে, টাইম ওয়েস্ট হবে, সময় এবং টাইম। Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? All right. Wonderful. Let's move to the next question. What is the next question? Can someone read me the next question?
What is the business impact of co-creation of business value?
Do you understand the question? Can you tell me what it means? What page is it on?
Sir, page 40, sir.
Look at over here. It says co-creation of business value. What does this mean? The question says, what is the business impact? The answer is this over here. Answer is this paragraph over here. But let's understand what is co-creation of business value. We understood somewhat with this example, coffee mug example, right? The creating values. But over here it says co-creation. What does co-creation mean? The word co-creation mean.
স্যার আগের কোনো কিছু
Collaborate to make something.
ডিসাইড করা
আবার বলেন?
When people
Again-
collaborate to
নতুন কিছু অ্যাড করা
Hang on, Altafur, আপনি বলেন।
স্যার আগের কোনো একটা প্রোডাক্ট যেটা বানিয়েছিলাম ওইটার সাথে নতুন কোনো অ্যাট্রিবিউট অ্যাড করারকেই কো-ক্রিয়েশন বলা হয়, I think.
Not really. আরেকজন কি কথা বলছিলেন?
when two people collaborate to make something, that is called co-creation.
Two people? What if there are three people?
Well, more than one people.
Oh, it's a people. It's about values.
Yeah.
It's not only people. It's about when you are creating multiple values together, that's co-creation of business value. Just like co-pilot. You have multiple pilots, right? So that's called co-pilot. They are driving or flying. They are pulling together. Co-pilot. So when you are creating multiple business values together, that's called co-creation of business value. You're co-creating something together. All right? It could be multiple people creating, but it's mostly multiple business value that is being created. By of course, it could be multiple people too. You know what I'm saying? So different layers of values are being created together. Together by whom? By different layers of people, different types of people. That's co-creation of. I think this is something somewhat that Altafur wanted to say. All right, but he missed out in saying multiple layers of values. All right, that's co-creation of business values. All right. Now look at over here. What's happening? What's happening here? What is the impact? What is happening because of information technology in co-creation of business value? All right. Sources of business value shift from products to solutions and experiences. That's number one. Point number one. Point number two. From internal sources to network of suppliers and collaboration with customers. Point number three, supply chains and product development become more global and collaborative. Point number four, customer interaction and health forums define new products and services. Some of the points that we have talked about before is being overlapped here as well. Is being discussed over here as well. But the one point that we would like to discuss here is the first point here. Because of information technology, because of MIS, because of cloud computing, because of whatever we have in this information technology, the business value is moving. The sources of business value is shifted from products to solutions and experience. What does it mean? So let me go back to this previous question I asked you a little bit ago. I asked you, how would you create more value for this product? What are the things you could do? Your product is what? A coffee mug, thermal coffee mug. This is my coffee mug that I used to carry in campus in my class. It holds pretty good amount of coffee. I don't need to carry it at home because I'm at home. I can go and grab it anytime. But today I'm carrying it for a purpose. You know what the purpose is? So that I can throw this at you. Yeah, I used to do that. in classes, in physical classroom. Now, I wouldn't throw this heavy thing at you, but I would throw like paper ball. That's something that I miss. I cannot throw things at you in online class. Maybe I can. Maybe let's throw something at you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna destroy my monitor. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So how do you create value? Tell me. Come on, talk to me. Come on. Let's have some interaction.
Sir, make it more sustaining product.
Sure. It is pretty sustainable. It keeps the coffee pretty hot for a long time. What else can you do?
Sir, it's look like total normal, so we can make it so colorful that.
Yeah, you can add some more color, right? You like pink?
No, sir, pink, not green.
Pink is good.
Pink is good, sir. Actually,
Yeah,
normal
pink for
dressing
you.
is
Pink
green,
for
sir.
Fayad. But silver is good for me. I like my silver. You guys are funny. You know what I'm saying? What else could you do? Listen, you're thinking about enhancing the quality by changing the attributes of the product, right? But look what it says. It says we're actually moving from that idea. We are shifting from products. Whenever we are trying to add value to our product, we are not thinking in that traditional terms anymore. What was the traditional term? Like aesthetic beauty. We want to increase aesthetic beauty. That's a traditional way of thinking. While we want to add value to this product. But because of technology, we are moving from that traditional thought process. Now we are moving to finding out solutions and experiences, providing experiences to our customers. Now this is what we're gonna explain. What does it mean? What that means is, when you want to add value to this product, you're gonna think in terms of problems that your customers may have or that your customers are having while using this product. So what kind of problem, what kind of issues that they may have? I have a problem. I'm going to talk to you about that problem. All right. I have a problem while I use this coffee mug. It works very well, but there is a problem. The problem is this. I make my coffee around 5 a.m. right after my Fajr prayer, right? And then I take it to campus. 8 o'clock class. I know during the class I sip coffee, once in a while. All right. 8 o'clock class, I could continue sipping coffee. But around 10:30 or 11 or 11:30, all right, during my 11 o'clock class, I've got another class at 11:20, right? Middle of my class, all of a sudden, I try to take a sip, but all of a sudden I see there are no more coffee. There is no more coffee. That's a problem for me. Do you see what I'm saying? That's a problem for me. All of a sudden, there is no more coffee and I feel frustrated because it's kind of difficult for me to go on without my caffeine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's when I feel like throwing this at you. What? Do you mind? Oh, you don't? I thought you were gonna say yes, sir. We do mind. You can't throw things at us. No, you're funny. Seriously, you should mind if a faculty member starts to throw coffee mugs at you.
Sir,
Or even
আমার দিকে থ্রো করলে স্যার আমি ওটা নিয়ে নিব স্যার পাশে
exactly. Okay, all right. You're like, okay, I have it. Wonderful. I'm not gonna give it back to you. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. That's what I'm saying. All right. So how do you solve this problem? Now, you as a merchant, now you have to think to enhance the value of your product by thinking towards finding out the solution of the problem. এই যে হঠাৎ করে কফি শেষ হয়ে গেল, এটা আমার জন্য একটা প্রবলেম। এটার সলিউশন কি বের করবেন আপনারা এখন?
সেটা সাইজটা একটু বড় করে দিব,
রাইট?
যাতে কফি আরো বেশি রাখে।
টাইপটা কত বড় করবেন? আমি তো সারা দিন কফি করব। Somebody suggested in my yesterday's class, sir, আপনি একটা কফি মেকার সাথে নিয়ে ঘুরবেন। Coffee maker, coffee beans, you know what I'm saying? And then I added with her answer. I said, okay, then coffee maker hole to hobe na, amar hot water lagbe, or amar water lagbe, you know what I'm saying? Then amar coffee beans lagbe, amar filter lagbe, filter, right? And then obviously coffee beans grind করার জন্য grinder লাগবে। তো সবকিছু আমি ক্যারি করবো একসাথে ক্লাসে। What a solution. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, even if you make this bigger, still it's going to run out. Well, you didn't understand the problem, by the way. The problem is this. When coffee runs out, the problem is this. Actual problem is this. When it runs out, how do I get a refill? I'm in the middle of a class right now, right? So I've got two options. One is I will stop the class and I'm going to say, behave, I'm going to be back. All right? And then I'm going to go downstairs at the coffee shop, order some coffee. They're going to make some coffee for me. They'll fill this cup with more coffee. Then I'm going to come back. This will take at least 10 minutes. So in this 10 minutes, my classroom would turn into fish market. Yeah, I know you. Yeah, that's what you can do. You can do it now, but in a classroom environment, yeah. Well, either way, the 10 minutes is going to be wasted. So that's what option number one is not an option, by the way. I'm not going to do that. Number two, another option is maybe I'm going to say, Fayad, get me some coffee. This is something that I would never do either. Yeah.
It's
You know
not
what I'm
a
saying?
problem, sir. You can say
I know you're gonna love it. You're like, okay, all right, no more class. I'm just gonna go and hang out outside.
chances are I'm into coffee cash now.
I know, but this is gonna be unethical from my end. You know what I'm saying? So I would never do that. So that is not an option either. So solve my problem now. That's the problem. That's the problem.
So make the opening smaller so that you can sip less amount.
You want me to change my coffee habit, drinking habit? Oh my god! Again, you want me to solve the problem. Yeah, another person said in my morning class, in my yesterday's class, that sir, you need to you have a break before the class, right? Between two classes, you have got a break. So before you go to class, you should go to the cafeteria and you should fill it up. But that way, I am solving this problem, but this is your problem. You are the merchant. You need to solve it. I could solve my problem in different ways. I could do that. But what I'm asking for you to do, since you are selling this as a merchant, you need to think about the problem that customers are having and solve it. Again, with the help of information technology. This is what it means. Shifting from products to solution and experiences. You want to provide a solution by providing a new, different experience for your customers. All new, different experience. Do you want me to help you to solve this problem? You guys are all smart people of NSU. You're like, yeah, I'm glad I go to NSU, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I gotta do the same thing again at 11 o'clock. 11:20. So I need to get the humor going for myself. Okay, no ideas. Even if you want to say again, Zubair?
We should make the fast bigger.
Again, you're talking about making it bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's really not a solution. Because if you make it bigger, it's going to be difficult for me to carry. Because when I go to class, I have my, bag with books and stuff like that. I have this. Sometimes I carry actually 2 mugs. I do that. 2 of them, which is not really convenient. But you're not applying information technology. Apply information technology. All right, let me give you the solution. There are 2 problems. One is finding out when it runs empty. When it's running empty, find it out, right? How do we find it out? We're gonna install a sensor in this cup, in this mug, sensor. A sensor is an electronic device which will sense when it runs 80% empty and 20% filled. When it gets up to that point, it will generate an electronic message. Yeah, a sensor could do that pretty easily. And it will, that's the first problem, right? And then that sensor is gonna be, or this mug is gonna be connected to our RFID system. We have got RFID in our classrooms. These are RFID enabled. That RFID is connected in the back end to the cafeteria downstairs. Yeah, now we are talking. So the sensor is gonna send a message to downstairs cafeteria through RFID system. Information technology, sending the information about the coffee mug status, that it's 20% filled only. It needs refill. So on the screen of the computer downstairs at the coffee shop, the guy is gonna see that NWS coffee mug is running empty, almost empty, 20% left. Now, second point is the person at the cafeteria needs to know where NWA is right now. What that means is this cup would have GPS installed as well. Yeah, just like your phone. It's not that difficult to do. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, the location information is gonna pop up as well on the screen at the cafeteria. So the guy would know, maybe the person, maybe NWA is right now at NAC 502 or NAC 405, whatever room number he's at. All right, that information is gonna be transmitted as well to him. So before I run out my coffee, that 20% is completely gone, which would take another 15 or 20 minutes maybe. All right, before I take the last sip, someone would come knocking on my door, saying knock, knock, knock. And I would say, who is there? And he said, your coffee is there. Yeah. I would pay millions of dollars for that kind of service. Although I don't have millions of dollars. Not right now. Maybe in future.
That's a million people pay $1 million.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So once you have a coffee mug like that, you're gonna not only solve your customer's problem, but you are gonna give them a whole lot new experience. All right, that's what it says over here. Shifting from products to solution and experience. Providing them a huge new sort of experience for your customers. Now you're saying, sir, is it doable? I'm saying it is already happening. আপনি ভাবছেন এরকম কফি মগ কি করা সম্ভব? আমি বলছি এটা হচ্ছে অলরেডি আমেরিকাতে। There are smart homes. They call them smart homes. Smart homes have smart appliances, such as refrigerators. You know what refrigerators are? What do you call them in your country? We don't know what to do. Freeze. Someone freeze, don't move. Don't move, just freeze. Yeah, okay. All right, thank you. Yeah, okay.
So I have a question.
Hang on. Refrigerators in smart homes, it is already happening in US, like I said, is connected to the grocery shop, local grocery shop. So if refrigerator runs out of things such as eggs, such as milk, the refrigerator itself is going to generate that message and send a message to the local grocery shop by the street. You know what I'm saying? রাস্তার গ্রসারি শপকে জেনারেট করবে যে আপনার ফ্রিজের মধ্যে ডিম নাই, ডিম শেষ, সকালে ব্রেকফাস্ট হবে না, সিরিয়াল নাই, মিল্ক নাই। সো আপনি যখন সারাদিন এনএসিতে থাকার পর টায়ার্ড হয়ে বাসায় ফেরত যাবেন, আপনি দেখবেন আপনার ডোর স্টেপের সামনে কিছু গ্রসারি রাখা আছে। আপনাকে কোনো মাথা ব্যথা করতে হবে না, আপনি জাস্ট গ্রসারিগুলো নেবেন, ফ্রিজের মধ্যে রাখবেন। This is already happening. All right. Did you have a question out the floor?
Yes, sir.
What do you have?
Sir, যদি হচ্ছে এরকম আপনি মানে ক্যাফেটেরিয়া আপনার কাছাকাছি নেই, আপনি গাড়িতে করে কোথাও যাচ্ছেন বা বাইরে, তখন স্যার কফিটা কিভাবে রিফিল হবে?
আচ্ছা, আপনি কখনো জিপিএস ইউজ করছেন?
Yes, sir.
যখন আপনি মুভমেন্টের মধ্যে আছেন, প্রথমত আপনি মুভ করেই স্টারবাকসে যাবেন, কফি নিয়ে আসবেন। সুতরাং আপনার শেষ প্রবলেম আর নাই, আপনি অলরেডি মুভমেন্টের মধ্যে আছেন। বুঝে গেছে? আপনি অলরেডি মুভমেন্টের মধ্যেই আছেন। এরকম হইতে পারে আপনি ক্যাম্পাসে না, আপনি বাসায়, তখন কি হইতে পারে? তখন আপনি লোকাল কফি শপ, এই জন্য আমি রেফ্রিজারেটর এক্সাম্পলটা দিলাম। এই কফি মগটা কেনার পরে ইউজারকে কিছু কাজ করতে হবে, ভাই দাদা, ইউজারকে এটাকে প্রোগ্রাম করতে হবে। হ্যাঁ, করে এইটাকে আপনি যদি বাসায় এটাকে ইউজ করতে চান, বাসার কফি শপের সাথে কানেকশন রাখতে হবে। অফিসে ইউজ করতে চাইলে অফিসের কফি শপ। This is an example. It won't work 100% of the time, 100% of the situation. It won't. It will not. You know what I'm saying? The idea we generated these examples to show you what information technology can do for us. Were you aware of this? Something like that could happen in our lives? You weren't aware about this. Like 10 years back, 15 years back, we couldn't imagine having smartphones in our hands. We couldn't imagine. You know what I'm saying? Even 20 years back, we couldn't imagine that you could order food online. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things. What about Uber? Could you imagine Uber 10 years back in the streets of Dhaka? Uber or Pathao or Obhai or Obon? These are all good examples of how information technology changed our lives. There is something called e-food now. You know what I'm saying? The food panda has become really big in Bangladesh. There are a lot of examples. Because of information technology, our lifestyle has changed quite significantly. Look what we are doing now. You know what I'm saying? Our campus is closed, but our education did not stop. Our university did not close itself. May just close physically, but virtually we are there. This is possible because of information technology. You see what I'm saying? Alright.
No.
I need you to memorize this, by the way. As we move forward, we're going to talk about other points as well. There are 4 points to this question number 2. Question number 3. Can somebody read me question number 3, please?
Sir, what does globalization have to do with MIS?
Is there a page number?
Sir, page 43.
Alright, look at on page 43, the last paragraph. The question is there at the last paragraph. Can you still see my book?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the answer to this question? The answer is that simple, everything. That is the beginning of the answer, by the way. That is not the end. One time I made this joke and one of my students wrote this answer in this answer script. Answer is that simple, everything. That's it. That's all she wrote. Ever since I have been careful making too much joke in my class. Not really. People who don't understand that, maybe he does not deserve to be a part of an issue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The answer starts right after here, right after everything. But this gives you a good idea. You know what I'm saying? Globalization is possible because of MIS. In other words. We are all globally connected. You realize this? It's all connected now. It's all connected. Especially the businesses. And like I said, as we move forward, we'll see how they're connected more and more. The emergence of internet, the emergence of international communication system has drastically reduced cost of operating and transacting in global scale. So you need to memorize this. The bottom line is, it reduces, MIS drastically reduces the cost of operating and transacting on global scale. All right, number one. Number two, communication is virtually free. Communication between different parties. What are the parties? The example is, maybe your factory floor is in Shanghai, China, and your distribution center is in Rapid City, South Dakota, USA. Now, those two places, your factory floor and your distribution center, they can connect with each other with the help of internet, right? Instantly. And the cost is very less. It wasn't like this. Are you there? Are you listening, by the way?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. It wasn't like this 15 years back or 20 years back, before the internet came along. All right? But because of internet now, we can communicate virtually for free and instantly. That is the second point. All right? What we're answering is what globalization have to do with management information system. Third point is, customers can now shop worldwide marketplace, in a worldwide marketplace. That's the third point. What that means is, they can obtain prices, quality information, reliably 24 hours a day. Make sense, guys? Whoa. What page was it on, by the way?
Sir, 43, sir.
43. All right, thank you. What's happening? All right. Fourth point is, firms producing goods and services on global scale achieve extraordinary cost reduction by finding low-cost suppliers and managing production facilities in other countries. So I'm going to stop here. This is where the answer ends. There are more you can talk about, but I want you to memorize those 4 points that has to do with MIS and globalization. All right? That was question number 3. What is question number 4?
So what is the function of different levels of an organization?
Right. This is given on page number
51, sir. 51, sir.
Yeah, over here, like I was talking to you about a little earlier, you got senior management. The function of senior management is to make long-range strategic decisions about products and services, as well as ensures financial performance of the firm. Middle management carries out the programs and plans of senior management. And operational management is responsible for monitoring the daily activities of the business. All right. Knowledge workers, such as engineers, scientists, or architects, design products or services and create new knowledge of the firm. Whereas data workers, such as secretaries or clerks, assist with scheduling and communications at all levels of the firm. Production or service workers actually produce the product and deliver the service. So look at figure 1.6. This is our different layers of an organization. What is the next question?
Sir, function of the different level.
Functions of different levels. Yeah, we talked about the functions already. They're over there. Look at over here. The functions of senior management is to make long-range strategy decisions about products and services, as well as ensure financial performance of the firm. বুঝে গেছে? এই প্যারাগ্রাফের মধ্যেই ফাংশন আছে।
But functionals not like sales and marketing, manufacturing, accounting.
Functions of sales and marketing, what? Where'd you get that?
Page 51.
Huh?
Sir, different levels are sir, senior management, middle management, and operational management. And the
That is correct.
functions of different levels are sales, marketing, manufacturing. Like manufacturing are the operational management.
No, no,
Not like it. Sir.
no.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what you been? What?
That's my mistake, sir. Actually, sir. Maybe sir.
I told you this is the function. Function is over there.
Yes, sir. I find it.
Okay. Okay, it's over here. Also understand what knowledge workers, who they are, what they do, data workers, who they are, what they do, and production or service workers, who they are and what they do. All right, next question is some of the definitions I'm finding from page 44. Going back to page 44. All right, the definition of a digital form, it's over here. Read this at home. Definition of a business process, over here. All right, key corporate assets, over there. And then you got time shifting and space shifting. Time shifting refers to a business being conducted continuously 24/7. And then space shifting means that the work takes place in a global workshop, as well as within the national boundaries. These are all possible because of information technology. All right. After that, we've got a question. What is information system? List the functions of information system. Here it is. Information system can be defined technically as a set of interrelated components. Interrelated components that collect, process, store, and distribute information to support decision making and control in an organization. It has information data. The functions are inputting, outputting, processing, and feedbacking. Feedback is the last function that is added here. All right. And the next question is, what is information technology? All right. Information technology is explained here. Information technology is one of the many tools managers use to cope with changes. The different parts of information technology are computer hardware, computer software, data management technology, networking, and telecommunication technology. We also need to know the definition of a network. A network links two or more computers to share data or resources. The world's largest and most widely used network is the internet. The internet is a global network of networks that uses universal standards, which we'll be discussing in chapter 7. One last question before we go. Question number 8 we're going to discuss. We're going to leave question 9 and 10 for next day. All right. Question number 8. Can somebody read me the question?
So define complementary assets. Why is it important?
What page number is it on?
Sir, 59, sir.
50?
59.
Okay. We're skipping some good materials, guys. All right. Can you read this for me, please? Can you read this paragraph out loud? Can I have a volunteer reading this out loud, please?
So complementary assets are those assets required to derive value from primary investment. And sir, এরপরে স্যার একটু
For instance,
for instance, না স্যার আমি মানে একটু ছোট খুব তো দেখা যাচ্ছে।
Sure, আমি
how
করি।
about now? How about now?
Yes, sir. For instance, to realize the value from automobiles requires substantial complementary investment in highways, roads, gasoline station repair facilities, and legal regulatory structure to set standards and control drivers.
All right. So do you understand this? You need IT, sure, but you also need to invest in complementary assets to get the benefit from IT, for example. That applies to any investment. For example, maybe your primary investment is in automobiles, but to realize the value, to materialize the value from your primary investment in automobile, you need to make sure that the country has proper highways, proper gasoline stations, repair facilities. You know what I'm saying? So those are complementary assets. Now, your book has a list of complementary assets over here in this table, 1.3. They are categorized into 3 different groups. These are complementary assets for information technology investments to optimize returns from information technology investment. For example, organizational assets. Appropriate business model is an example of an organizational asset. For example, the strong senior management
গেম খেলা
support
শুরু করছস?
for technology investment and change. So these are all needed. All these materials, all this type of investment or complementary assets are needed to generate full advantage, full benefit from your information technology investment. All right, any question, concern? So only question that we did not touch base today is question 9 and 10, which we will finish next time. All right, on Monday. And then Wednesday, you're going to have your quiz. All right. The syllabus of the quiz is assignment 1, assignment 2, all the questions from assignment 1, assignment 2, and chapter 1. Is that good, or do you need more?
So this is enough.
All right. So, do you have any other question, concern that you want to discuss before we call it a day? Well, you don't have a question, but I have a question. All right, this is the last 10 minutes of the lecture today. All right. The question, I call this question $1 million baby question. Do you know who $1 million baby is? What a $1 million baby is?
It's a movie.
Thank you. How do you know, Ali?
I haven't seen it, but someone suggested me to watch it.
Yeah. Who directed the film?
I don't know.
Clint Eastwood. Do you know who Clint Eastwood is? He's an actor, he's a producer in Hollywood, and he's a great director as well. Very multi-talented person. A very old guy right now. All right. I call it $1 million baby question because if you could answer the question properly, the reward is huge for you. All right. Do you want to hear the reward first, or you want to hear the question first?
The question.
The reward, right?
Viewers,
You want to hear the reward first, right? Yeah, sometimes I only hear what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So the reward, like you said, the reward is this. You don't have to come to my class ever again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, end of the semester, you're just going to pick up your grade A+. Now you want to hear the question? Okay, this is the question. Think about it for a minute. Don't answer it right away, all right? Find me a business, a process, a service, a product, anything from anywhere in the world which does not need MIS to make it efficient and effective. Efficient means cutting cost. Write it down. Efficiency means something that cut cost. All right? And effectiveness means attaining goals. Write these 2 points down.
Yes. Wow. What? Reading charge is a whole worse.
Deepa, are you here?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
She's here. Make sure you fix your camera next day, alright? By next day.
Yes, sir.
So efficiency means cutting cost, and effectivity means getting to your goals, attaining your objectives, which is primarily to make profit for organizations. That's your objective mostly.
So business
Alright.
means, sir, more to gain profit, sir.
What?
Business, the main goal of business is, sir, gain more profit, sir. So
Yeah.
there is no business, sir, without profit. So efficiency and effectiveness, without these two, sir, we cannot create a business or maintain a business.
No,
There is
the
no
question is, understand this, the question is, find me something which does not need MIS to make it efficient. এমন একটা কিছু বাইর করেন আপনি যেটাতে MIS দরকার নাই, MIS ইনফরমেশন টেকনোলজি ছাড়াই এটা ভালো।
Sir, rickshaw business.
রিক্সা বিজনেস MIS দরকার নেই?
Sir, আপাতত তো দেশে কিছু নাই ভাবে rickshaw business MIS এর। I don't think.
নাই একটা বিষয়, কিন্তু আমি বলতে চাচ্ছি ওখানে যদি আপনি MIS ইমপ্লিমেন্ট করেন রিক্সাওয়ালাদের জন্য, MIS যদি ইমপ্লিমেন্ট করেন,
মানে তাহলে my answer won't count.
that's what I'm saying. নাই সেটা তো আমি জিজ্ঞেস করিনি, আমি জিজ্ঞেস করছি এমন একটা বিজনেস বাইর করেন যেটাতে MIS দরকার নেই। আপনি উবারের যে সার্ভিসটা ওইটা কি রিক্সাওয়ালার জন্য প্লেস করেন, হয়ে গেল, দ্যাটস ইনফরমেশন টেকনোলজি। তাহলে কি রিক্সাওয়ালাদের সার্ভিস মোর এফিশিয়েন্ট হবে না? অবশ্যই হবে। Someone is already working on it, I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you tend to think about the small service holders. You think that they don't need information technology. Actually, they do. They don't have it. That's a different question. That's a different point. They don't have it now because they don't have the resources. It requires some initial investment as well. They don't have that. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the resources to make it work. But that was not my question. My question was whether if we implement MIS, whether it would make their business running more efficient and effectively or not. This is really not a question in which we are looking for answers. This is a question to prove a point. It is called rhetorical question. All right, we're trying to prove the point. The point is what? Anything and everything in the world needs MIS. Anything meaning any business needs MIS. All right. Anytime you gave me an example, such as quite often you give me examples of just like rickshawala, like you tell me, sir Jhalmuriwala or cobbler. All right. These people don't need MIS. I can show you that these people, if MIS implemented, their business is going to run more efficient and effectively, for sure. When I said this, somebody in my other class said, "Sir, I know of a person who sells like hot dogs and burrito in LA, and he uses information technology. He has a small van. All right, it's a small, very small business, small van, just like those tong shops in Bangladesh. All right, and then he uses Facebook, he uses Instagram, you know what I'm saying, to generate marketing for his material, for his product. his product is very good. He only sells like hot dogs and burrito, Mexican food burrito. But in his Instagram, he will say the location that he's going to be today. So he'll say from 12 to 2, I'm going to be at my Dharmoni location. And people will gather there to get the burrito. You know what I'm saying? So anytime you come up with an example, I'm going to show you, I would show you, that if information technology is implemented, their business is going to run better. It's going to be more efficient and effective. The whole point is for you to understand that there are no such business, there are no such, an organization which does not need MIS. MIS is something that is needed for every organization, no matter what. That was the whole point for this, rhetorical question. All right, and as we move forward, we're going to see this with different examples, how MIS actually helps their businesses, helps our business to run more efficiently and effectively. As we move forward, we're going to see more examples. For example, next day, we're going to talk about Walmart and P&G, Procter & Gamble, and their supply chain management, and their just-in-time inventory, JIT. All right, system. All right, any question, concern? Did I lose anybody? Where did Deepa go? Deepa? I was gonna give her attendance, but she's not here. Remember that you have to be here both times. So she's not gonna get attendance. So remind me next day, if she